Guys, how's it going? Amazing work on Cruise Control. Absolutely amazing pack. Bit of an icebreaker question, sorry. Best Netflix show of this year that you've watched?
Wow, I
Of
know
this year.
his answer. I know. I have to.
I don't know this year. I can tell you maybe also something from years ago. It's
Oh,
really a
really?
good
Okay.
one. But like my all-time favorite series, it's Breaking Bad. It's like
Right,
my
okay.
For me, it's like quite like a different one because I love to watch like cartoons, animes, and so on. So for me, maybe Cyberpunk Edge Runners was really
Nice.
dope. I
That was
love
really
that
good.
one. The story, everything so creative as well. So that really inspired like a little bit. So yeah.
Who is Cruise Control for?
So basically, Cruise Control is a pack, especially let's say for pop producers who wants to have a touch of nostalgic vibe to their songs, because we had a lot of elements in pop, really dreamy atmospheres, also for the guitars. So definitely, it's a combination of pop, retro, 80s sounds. We included a lot of elements also for EDM stuff.
What were you guys up to musically before you created this pack?
I think before that we did even like a sync project that's coming out, like some trailer songs as well,
Yeah.
and a lot of K-pop, like a lot of K-pop in
Nice.
between the. But I think that, you know, prepared us for, the pack and to try like, the harmonies as well because it's so harmony, the K-pop
Yeah.
stuff, and I learned a lot through that. So I did that in a pack as well. So yeah.
It's really
It's
interesting because you can kind of transfer skills that off the bat may not look related, but it completely is
yeah,
relevant, right? You're taking
Yes.
influence from so many
Yes.
different things.
yeah,
Yes, how I say it, really good to have because in K-pop you do all these, the genre. It's like, you do rap, you do speaking voice, you do harmonies, the singing pop, like everything. So it's really, cool to have that, like also in the pack. It's like combined kind of. Yeah.
yeah. K-pop is such like a great school also for producers, because you have to include a lot of styles, genres. Also, because in my case, I came from EDM. I do a lot of EDM, progressive house in the past. With K-pop, I had to, include also these old styles I did in the past.
Mm.
So it's definitely, interesting as genre. So
Awesome. And if you were like to
100%.
dive back like really far, into the early stages of your music production and top lining songwriting careers, how did you find confidence in your abilities to carry on when stuff wasn't going well for you?
it took a long time, because I started like 12 years ago for the production. But I guess after you see maybe your songs played on by DJs and stuff like that, you maybe start thinking, okay, maybe it's something that I can give it a try.
Yeah, true. So like for me, I started like almost 15 years ago. I started with like rap first and then did like the singing stuff. And it was, the parents are like always like, yeah, the music thing, it's not a good thing, but and you have to keep like to push through that. And
Yeah,
I think if you have the passion and the consistency and that combined, it's like, how you say it, like you thrive through through obstacles. So like for me, it was like the passion, doing that every day, singing a song, the passion, and then you get comments. Oh, this is cool. This is a cool song. And then you get more like the validation. And that is like,
Mm.
ah, I think I found the listeners, you know,
yeah,
you vibe with, and then yeah, it all came together. So
That's
yeah,
absolutely, I can see that. It's almost like you have to learn, because failure is part of the process, isn't it? You just have to learn
100%.
how to fail and then pick yourself up, dust yourself off, figure out what went
Yeah,
wrong, and
100%.
then and
Yeah.
then iterate the feedback and do it again.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's really like, how I say it, it's like a big one because you hear 95% no's in especially the music industry. Like it's like, no, not that, not that. The label, the labels as well. And but then you have this 5% or like 10% of like yes, and it's like so, rewarding. And it's like, yeah, you did it for that. And it's like, how I say it, how I say it, outweighs like the bad
Yeah.
for me. So, yeah,
yeah.
that
Same for me.
What obstacles did you have to get over?
For me, definitely it was the exporting all the files, the naming of the samples. It wasn't really easy for me at the beginning, but then, after doing more samples, it's becoming more, easier. Something always creative and unique on the pack. So you don't have like the copy and paste of the samples. It's something that it was really like easier.
Yeah, so for me it was like the creative side a little bit because you have to do so many vocals. Find always, something new and very exciting and also unique. You don't want to do the same stuff. You want to have something unique to, you know, like to catch the listener. So that, took me a while, but then it was easy actually because he was sending me loops and I
Yeah.
got inspired, by them, and then I did the vocals, and yeah.
Yeah, also because my approach for the sample pack was to, have of course something unique, but trying also to reach, more people and not just focusing on synthwave, retrowave, but more also pop, funky. So yeah, that wasn't really easier, come up with something fresh and unique. But that's what I'm looking for for the sample pack.
If someone wants to get into sample creation, like what would you recommend them? What would you suggest?
You have to think about producer view when it comes to a sample pack and trying to have everything for everyone almost. Of course, a sample pack it's genre focused, but it's good having more section of the pack that can help more people as possible. And I think it's the same for the vocal samples. So because you can create a lot of ambience with these vocals with different styles. So yeah, definitely this thing.
For me, I would say for, like the vocalist, I would say try to have fun in this because you can do so much. Experiment, do like reverb, 100% of it. And I think don't be like afraid to try and just do like weird,
Yeah.
things to be like weird. Like those sounds are the cool sounds, like the weird ones, and then they get like used instead of the normal to be safe. So I would say that, yeah.
What is your thought process behind choosing good presets and samples when you put a song together?
Trying to understand the role of the sample on the production, because maybe sometimes we focus a lot to find the good samples that sounds good alone, but maybe it's good also finding something that it's not really good sounding alone, but if you use as layer for a sound, it can help developing more the sound. So I think it's a great thing understanding which role has each samples.
What would be your top three tips for producers and then intermediate top liner songwriters?
Regarding production side, I'd say that it's really important to do a lot of remake of the songs because you can really, understand how they work, how they use all the sounds and stuff. And of course, trying to make it unique and sounding like your own stuff. So it's not like copy paste of the artist. But this thing is really helped me understanding how a song is done because you really care a lot of the details and everything on a song. So this is the main important thing. I know a lot of producers doing arrangements and then after the arrangement is done, they do the mixing and mastering. But in my case, I always trying to do a mix during the arrangement because I think it really helps you understanding more the direction of the song. It also helps the singers, the top liners, to understand how it's sounding the song really. Another tip, be obsessed with the production and doing it. Yeah.
That's a good one. For the top lining side and, like the songwriting side, I would say keep it simple. Like I used to make songs super complicated. Oh, I need to have this, the melody, that, this, and that. But these songs are not really, how you say it, hitting. So I would say keep it very, very simple, but also creative in a way. It's like a formula to learn, the formula. It's really like a formula. Second, I would say, as David has said as well, you need to be very obsessed with this craft because otherwise it's very, very hard. Like really, because you know, you will be there for maybe 10 hours some days there and to try to figure out a song. And then you have like days where you don't have anything, but you have to keep, to push through. And the third one, I would say, keep your first idea sometimes. It's very, 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 very good sometimes because we try to find, the better one. But in the end of the day, it's only a song, So you can do like a better one, but try to finish a song. That's super, super important because I
Yeah.
used to do like a song only like halfway or, you know, and it
Before the bridge,
never
right?
got released. Yeah, before the bridge, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it was like a thought. But I think to finish like the stuff, it's a very good, how you call it, habit to do. So just finish a song, and then you will, succeed a little bit.
What would you say then is the difference between good and then great, like top 1% of producers and writers? What do you think that little difference is between them?
To go back to my original point where I said keep it simple but very creative, because this is, I think, really the trick, to make something like wow, like that, but simple, and not too complicated. A lot of harmonies and like you have to know where to place, the things, and it's like I said before, it's really like a formula, and if you know that, then like attention span. You have to keep, repeating the melody, and then you have the pre-chorus. You have to change a little bit up, change like the flow up, and then you have the chorus. You have to keep it simpler a little bit. And then this is like a melody to learn. I say like a formula to learn.
Yeah, for me, the main difference, I think it's trying to have a really unique signature of the sound. But the great thing, it's trying to keep this own signature also for other styles when you came up
Mm.
to do maybe session with other artists. What they are looking for, I think it's keeping your own signature also on different styles. Like, I don't know, maybe let's say Ryan Tedder, which is a really amazing top
Yeah,
liner
yeah.
producer. You can really hear his signature even if he's doing a reggaeton or other stuff really different. And I think this is the main thing when it happens to be a great or a good producer, so
That's
yeah,
really
trying to.
interesting. Okay, so what would your signature production sound be?
I'd say I really like working a lot on doing ambience on the songs. That's what I really like to do on even on different styles. Sometimes you can notice it. The ambience it's really similar on those songs. Maybe also like doing vocal chops. It's something I really did a lot on my artist project. And I tried to focus a lot on this thing to, having that unique signature. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, and what about you?
Yeah.
Vocally, what would you say, or like writing wise?
Man, that's a very good question. To be honest, I think it's like a sweet tone guy type of thing, where I feel like that's my niche to make it not as harsh or like anything, to make it like a melancholic a little bit. And I love also to keep ambience and to put a lot of reverbs in the vocals. And I love this, so that's like my thing, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All
Yeah.
right, good to know. People who are watching the video, what should they go and do right now?
Check the pack.
Go check the pack, download it.
Yeah,
It's
download
free.
it.